Welcome back to Z Coins. We uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and rare coin topics, the 1965 mint mark quarter dollar. If you have one of these coins, you might be sitting on a fortune. Stick with us till the end because we will reveal the current market value of this coin, which has reached an astonishing $93,999. Historical background. The year 1965 was a turning point in U.S. coinage history. Prior to 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver, but due to rising silver prices and a nationwide coin shortage, the U.S. Mint decided to eliminate silver from dimes and quarters. Instead, they introduced a copper-nickel-clad composition. However, during this transitional period, a few rare error coins were struck with the 90% silver planchet, making them extremely valuable today. The mystery of the mint mark. One of the biggest controversies surrounding the 1965 quarter is the presence of a mint mark. Officially, the U.S. Mint did not place mint marks on quarters struck in 1965 to prevent hoarding and confusion among collectors. However, a few rare specimens have surfaced over the years, showing traces of a mint mark, particularly from the Denver or San Francisco mints. These rare coins are highly sought after by numismatists and collectors worldwide. Key features of the 1965 quarter. Composition. The standard 1965 quarter is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel weight. Approximately 5.67 grams diameter, 24.3 mm edge. Readed special errors. Some 1965 quarters were mistakenly struck on 90% silver planchets. These error coins are worth thousands of dollars. Mint marks. Officially, no mint marks were used in 1965, but rare anomalies exist value and worth in today's market. The value of a 1965 quarter depends on various factors such as condition, rarity, and composition. Here is a breakdown of the current market prices. Regular 1965 clad quarters. These are generally worth face value in circulated condition but can fetch a few dollars in uncirculated grades. High-graded quarters. A 1965 quarter graded MS65 or higher by PCGS or NGC can be worth between $50 and $200. Rare silver planchet errors. These can be worth anywhere from $3,000 to over $15,000 depending on condition. Mint mark anomalies. If you have a 1965 quarter with a mint mark, you could be looking at a six-figure payday. The highest recorded sale for such a rare quarter reached an astounding $93,999. How to identify a valuable 1965 quarter. Weigh your coin. A normal clad quarter weighs 5.67 grams, while a silver error coin weighs around 6.25 grams. Use a precise digital scale to check. Look for the mint mark. Examine your coin under a magnifying glass. If you spot any faint letters, you may have a rare error coin. Check for silver. The edge of a normal clad quarter shows a copper core, while a silver quarter has a uniform, solid silver color. Condition matters. Coins in better condition fetch higher prices. If your quarter looks uncirculated, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Conclusion. The 1965 quarter might seem like an ordinary coin, but hidden gems exist among them. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting out, always keep an eye out for special error coins and anomalies. Who knows, you might have a rare 1965 quarter worth thousands or even $93,999 in your collection. If you found this video helpful, we talk about rare coins and their real market value today. We have a very interesting topic, the 1981 mint mark quarter dollar coin. This is a coin that many people overlook, but it could be worth a fortune if you find the right aneto. Understand the value of the 1981 quarter dollar. We need to go back to its history. This coin was minted in the Denver Mint as indicated by the D mint mark. It was part of the Washington quarter series, which has been in circulation since 1932. The obverse features the famous portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan, and the reverse features the American eagle with outstretched wings, which was used on quarters from 1932 until 1998. One of the main factors that determine the value of a 1981 quarter is its condition and grade. If a coin is in circulated condition, its value remains close to its face value of 25 cents. However, if you come across a quarter in uncirculated condition with a high grade from PCGS or NGC, then you could be looking at a Coin worth a lot of money. Collectors always look for coins in mint state condition, which means they have never been used in daily transactions. Coins graded MS65 and above are especially valuable. For example, an MS65 graded 1981 D quarter can fetch anywhere from $15 to $50 depending on the demand in the market. The real money, however, comes with coins graded MS67 or higher. Since these grades are very rare, they can command prices of $500 or more. Another important aspect to look for is mint errors. Some 1981 D quarters have rare errors that can significantly increase their value. A double die error, for instance, where the design elements appear to be slightly doubled, can be very desirable to collectors. Off-center strikes, where the design is not properly centered on the coin, and clipped planchets, where a piece of the coin is missing due to a minting mistake, can also make these quarters worth a significant amount of money. Now, coming to the current market value of the 1981 D quarter dollar. As of now, the highest auction price recorded for a perfect condition MS68 1981 D quarter is around $2,000. However, the average selling price for high-grade coins is between $100 and $500, depending on demand and availability in the coin collecting community. If you are wondering how to check if your 1981 D quarter is valuable, start by examining it under good lighting. Look for any visible mint errors, check for signs of wear, and consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. Many people assume that modern quarters are not worth much, but this is far from the truth. The value of a coin depends on factors like rarity, condition, and demand from collectors. If you have a 1981 D quarter that is in exceptional condition, it could be worth a lot of money in the current market. We uncover the hidden gems in your pocket change and discuss the real value of coins that could be worth a fortune. Today, we are diving deep into the history and market value of the 1987 D Mint Mark quarter dollar. If you have one in your collection or just found one in your loose change, you may be holding on to something that could be worth a lot of money. Stay tuned, because I'll be breaking down its history, rare varieties, errors, and the potential price you could get for one today. The 1987 D quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, which is why it carries the D Mint mark just below the motto "In God We Trust" on the obverse side. This coin is part of the Washington Quarter series, which has been in circulation since 1932. Originally designed by sculptor John Flanagan in 1987, the Denver Mint produced a significant number of quarters, but not all of them are the same when it comes to condition, errors, and collector demand. The total mintage for the 1987 D quarter was 655,594,696, meaning it's not particularly rare in circulated condition. However, some rare error varieties and high-grade specimens can be worth big money today. Some key error coins and varieties make certain 1987 D quarters highly valuable. Here are some to look out for. Double die obverse A doubling effect can be seen on the inscriptions Liberty or In God We Trust. These error coins are rare and can fetch $50 to over $1,000 depending on the grade. Double die reverse doubling on the eagle's feathers, legs, or lettering can indicate a rare error. Values range from $100 to $800 for these varieties. Off-center strikes. If the coin was not properly centered during minting, it can be worth between $100 and $1,500, depending on the percentage of the off-center strike. Clipped planchet. If a part of the coin is missing due to an error during minting, it can be worth $50 to $300. Struck on wrong planchet. If a 1987 D quarter was mistakenly struck on a smaller denomination planchet, such as a nickel, it can be worth $1,000 or more. The condition of your 1987 D quarter plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state 70, MS70. Circulated coins, these are the most common and usually worth only face value to about $1.50. Uncirculated coins, these are in much better shape and can be worth $5 to $30. Gem condition, these are rare, and collectors pay premium prices, ranging from $50 to $300. Top grade coins. Very few exist in this condition, and they can fetch $2,000 or more at auction. Now, let's talk about the real money. The current market value of the 1987 D quarter depends on the factors we discussed: condition, errors, and collector demand. Recently, some high-grade specimens have sold for $5,000 to $10,000 at auction. A rare error coin or a coin graded MS68 Plus could be worth even more. Some auction houses and platforms like Heritage Auctions, eBay, and PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, have recorded top sales of over $7,799.99 to $77,999 for extremely rare versions of this coin. If you think you have a special 1987 D quarter, consider getting it graded by NGC, PCGS, or Annex to authenticate its true value. If you want to sell your 1987 D quarter, here are some of the best places. eBay, list your coin with high-quality photos and a detailed description. Coin shows and dealers, professional numismatists can appraise your coin and offer competitive prices. Heritage auctions, if you have a high-grade or rare error coin, auction houses may attract the best bidders. Online, marketplaces, Etsy, Facebook Marketplace, etc. Private collectors often look for rare coins here. Local coin shops, while convenient, local shops may offer lower prices than online platforms. So, is the 1987 D mint mark quarter dollar worth big money? It absolutely can be. While most are only worth 25 cents, those in high-grade conditions or with rare errors can fetch hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. If you think you have a special coin, get it graded and researched. It might just be your lucky day. We talk about rare coins, their history, and their real market value. If you love coins and want to learn how some of them are worth a fortune, then stick around because today we are diving deep into the 1990 D mint mark quarter dollar coin. You won't believe how much these coins can be worth today, with some selling for thousands of dollars. So, let's get started. The 1990 D quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, which is why it has the small D mint mark on the front side, right next to George Washington's portrait. These quarters were part of the Washington Quarter series, which has been in circulation since 1932. The design was originally created by sculptor John Flanagan, and it remained unchanged for decades until the state quarters program started in 1999. Back in 1990, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these quarters, meaning they are common in regular pocket change. However, not all 1990 D quarters are the same. Some rare varieties and error coins can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars to collectors. So, how do you know if you have a valuable one? Some 1990 D quarters have unique errors that make them highly desirable among collectors. These errors include off-center strikes. If your quarter was struck incorrectly, leaving part of the design missing, it could be worth big money. Double die errors. This happens when the coin is struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on letters and numbers. These coins are rare and valuable. Misaligned die. Some coins were struck with misaligned dies, causing the design to be slightly off. Depending on the severity, these can sell for hundreds of dollars. Broad-struck coins. If your quarter is missing a rim and appears wider than normal, it could be a broad strike error, which increases its value. Full drum lines on reverse coins with sharp and clear details in the drum lines on the back can be worth more because they indicate a strong strike. Now let's talk about the real money. How much are these coins actually worth today? The value of a 1990 D quarter depends on its condition and whether it has any special errors. Here's a breakdown. Circulated condition. If you find a regular 1990 D quarter in your pocket change, it's worth 25 cents to a few dollars, depending on wear and tear. Mint state uncirculated condition. If the coin is in excellent condition with no signs of wear, it can be worth $10 to $1.50 to MS67 or higher grade. Coins graded MS67 or MS68 by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC can fetch $500 to $2,000 at auction. Rare error coins, depending on the type of error, values can range from $100 to over $5,000. Some error coins have even sold for $10,000 or more in high-profile auctions. Recent auction prices. In recent years, collectors have paid huge amounts for high-grade 1990 D quarters. For example, AMS 67 graded 1990 D quarter sold for $1,200 at auction. A rare double die error coin went $4.3, $500 at a perfect, flawless MS 68 example sold for nearly $10,000. Right now, the market for rare and high-grade 1990 D quarters is still strong, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for high-quality examples. If you have a well-preserved 1990 D quarter, it might be worth getting it professionally graded to determine its true value. So, how do you know if your 1990 D quarter is worth big money? Here's what you should do. Check for errors. Look at the details carefully, especially for doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual features. Examine the condition. Coins with fewer scratches and strong details are worth more. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the fine details. Weigh the coin. A standard quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If your quarter is significantly lighter or heavier, it may be an error coin. Get it graded. If you think you have a valuable coin, send it to PCGS, NGC, or ANAX for professional grading. A higher grade can increase the value dramatically. The 1990D quarter is more than just a piece of pocket change. While most are only worth face value, rare high-grade examples and error coins can be worth thousands of dollars. If you love coin collecting or are just curious about the value of your change, always check your quarters. You never know when you might be holding a small fortune in your hands. We are diving into the fascinating history and current market value of the 2006D and 1867 quarter-dollar coins. These coins have gained interest among collectors and can be worth a lot of money depending on their condition and rarity. Let us start with the 2006D Washington State Quarter. The Denver Mint produced this coin as part of the 50 State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This specific coin represents the state of Colorado, featuring a stunning design of the Rocky Mountains and a pine forest with the words "Colorful Colorado." The obverse of the coin still bears the image of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Like all state quarters, the mint mark D signifies that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. Now, the value of the 2006D Colorado quarter can vary greatly depending on its condition. Circulated quarters, which show wear and tear, are typically worth their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated or mint condition coins, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by the professional coin grading service PCGS or numismatic guarantee company NGC, can be worth between $2 to $5. Certain error coins, such as those with doubling missing clad layers or misaligned dies, can command even higher prices. Some rare error coins from the 2006D batch have sold for as much as $50 to $100 at auction. Now, let us talk about the historical 1867 quarter dollar, which is an entirely different category of valuable coin. The 1867 quarter dollar is part of the seated Liberty series, designed by Christian Gobrecht and minted between 1838 and 1891. This coin features Lady Liberty seated on a rock holding a shield and a pole with a Liberty cap. The reverse showcases an eagle with a shield, arrows, and an olive branch. The value of an 1867 quarter dollar depends heavily on its mint mark and condition. A circulated coin in fair condition can still fetch anywhere between $50 to $100 due to its historical significance. However, if the coin is in higher grades, such as very fine or extremely fine, it may be worth between $200 to $500. Coins that are in uncirculated or proof condition can command prices in the thousands, particularly if they are certified by PCGS or NGC. The highest auction records for an 1867 quarter in pristine condition have reached upwards of $10,000, making it a highly sought-after piece among numismatists. So how can you determine the value of your 2006D or 1867 quarter dollar? First, examine the coin closely using a magnifying glass to check for mint marks, errors, or signs of wear. Then consider getting the coin professionally graded by PCGS, NGC, or ANAX, as certification adds credibility and increases its market value. Additionally, researching recent auction sales and checking online marketplaces like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Great Collections can provide insights into current pricing trends. If you happen to own either of these coins in mint condition or with a rare error, you may be holding on to a valuable piece of numismatic history. Coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is a potential investment that could bring substantial returns over time. We are diving deep into the 2017 P Washington quarter dollar and uncovering its history, value, and how much it is worth in the current market. If you own one of these coins or are curious about whether it could be worth a fortune, stay tuned as we discuss all the essential details. The 2017 P quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which was introduced by the U.S. Mint in 2010. This series highlights different national parks and historic sites across the United States. The 2017 P quarter specifically features one of the 5 designs released that year, which include Effigy Mounds National Monument in Iowa, Frederick Douglass National Historic Site in Washington, D.C., Ozark National Scenic Riverways in Missouri, Ellis Island in New Jersey, and George Rogers Clark National Historical Park in Indiana. If you have one of these quarters, you might be wondering what makes them valuable and whether they are worth holding onto or even selling for a premium price. The value of the 2017 P Quarter can vary significantly depending on its condition, mint errors, and overall demand among collectors. While most quarters in circulated condition are only worth face value, certain factors can make them highly desirable among numismatist. Coins in mint state condition graded by professional agencies such as PCGS or NGC can command a premium price, especially those in MS65 or higher. Grades coins with rare errors or unique die varieties can fetch even higher prices and may be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One of the key aspects collectors look for is mint errors. Some 2017 P quarters have been discovered with double die errors, off-center strikes, missing clad layers, or die cracks. These errors are created during the minting process and make each affected coin unique in its own way. The more dramatic and rare the error, the more valuable the coin can be. Collectors and coin enthusiasts actively search for these error coins as they can be worth substantially more than regular strike quarters. Another factor that can influence the value of the 2017 P quarter is its grade. Coins that have been preserved in pristine condition with little to no wear will always be more desirable than those that have been in circulation for years. A quarter in MS67 or MS68 condition can fetch a significantly higher price than one in MS60 or lower condition. Professional grading services help determine a coin's authenticity and quality, which can impact its market value dramatically. Now let's talk about the current market value of the 2017 P Washington quarter. While most regular quarters are still worth only 25 cents, there are exceptions. High-grade examples in MS66 or MS67 condition can sell for anywhere between $5 to $25 at auction, depending on demand. Meanwhile, coins with rare mint errors, such as a double die or off-center strike, can be worth $50 or more, with some extreme cases reaching into the hundreds if you are lucky enough to find a major error variety. You might be looking at a substantial payday. To determine the true value of your 2017 P quarter, it is recommended to have it professionally graded or at least compare it to recent sales of similar coins on online marketplaces such as eBay, Heritage Auctions, or Stax Bowers. Keep an eye on auction results and collector forums, as values can fluctuate based on market trends and collector interest. If you are passionate about coin collecting and want to stay updated on the latest trends, values, and discoveries, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We bring you the latest news on rare and valuable coins and help you understand what to look for in your pocket change so you never miss out on a potential hidden treasure. We will talk about the Washington 2020 P quarter dollar coin, its history, value, and why some of these quarters are worth a lot of money. This is a must-watch if you have one of these coins in your pocket or collection, because you could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. So let's dive deep into the history, design, minting errors, and current market value of this fascinating coin. First, let's talk about the background. The 2020 P Washington quarter was part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a series introduced by the U.S. Mint in 2010 to honor national parks and other significant sites across the United States. The 2020 quarters featured designs commemorating different locations, and the P Mint mark signifies that the coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. These quarters were released into circulation, as well as special collector editions, including proof sets and silver versions. Now let's discuss the design. The obverse or front of the coin features the classic portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. This has been a staple on U.S. quarters since 1932. The reverse or back of the 2020 quarters varies depending on the national park or historical site featured that year. Some notable designs from 2020 include the National Park of American Samoa featuring the Samoan fruit bat and the Weir Farm National Historic Site design. Each design tells a unique story representing different aspects of American history and culture. What makes the 2020 P quarter dollar particularly interesting to collectors is the presence of minting errors and special varieties. Some of these errors significantly increase the value of the coin. One of the most sought-after errors is the struck-through grease error, where part of the design is missing due to grease interfering with the minting process. Another valuable error is the double die error, where certain elements of the design appear doubled due to misalignment during striking. There have also been reports of off-center strikes and die cracks, both of which can add premium value to a coin. Now let's get into what really matters. How much is the 2020 P quarter dollar worth? The value of this coin varies greatly depending on its condition, rarity, and presence of errors. In general, a regular 2020 P quarter in circulated condition is worth just face value or slightly above that if uncirculated. However, coins in mint state grades, such as MS65 or higher, can fetch anywhere from $5 to $20 at auctions or coin dealers. If your quarter has a recognized error such as a double die or struck through grease, it could be worth significantly more. Some error coins have sold for hundreds of dollars, and in rare cases even more at auctions. For those looking to sell or buy these coins, it is important to check reputable sources such as coin grading services like PCGS or NGC, online marketplaces such as eBay or Heritage Auctions often have listings for these quarters showing what collectors are currently willing to pay. If you believe you have a valuable 2020p quarter, it is a good idea to have it professionally graded to determine its condition and authenticity. To wrap up, the 2020p Washington quarter dollar may seem like just another coin in your pocket, but it holds historical significance and the potential to be worth a lot of money with the right error, variety, or high-grade condition. This quarter can be a prized piece in any collection. Always check your change, inspect your coins, and stay updated on market trends, because you never know when you might have a valuable gem right in your hands. We talk about rare coins, their history, and their real market value. If you love coins and want to learn how some of them are worth a fortune, then stick around, because today we are diving deep into the 1990 mint mark quarter dollar coin. You won't believe how much these coins can be worth today, with some selling for thousands of dollars. So, let's get started. The 1990 quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, which is why it has the small D mint mark on the front side, right next to George Washington's portrait. These quarters were part of the Washington Quarter series, which has been in circulation since 1932. The design was originally created by sculptor John Flanagan, and it remained unchanged for decades until the state quarters program started in 1999. Back in 1990, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these quarters, meaning they are common in regular pocket change. However, not all 1990 quarters are the same. Some rare varieties and error coins can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars to collectors. So, how do you know if you have a valuable one? Some 1990 quarters have unique errors that make them highly desirable among collectors. These errors include off-center strikes. If your quarter was struck incorrectly, leaving part of the design missing, it could be worth big money. Double die errors. This happens when the coin is struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on letters and numbers. These coins are rare and valuable. Misaligned die. Some coins were struck with misaligned dies, causing the design to be slightly off. Depending on the severity, these can sell for hundreds of dollars. Broad-struck coins. If your quarter is missing a rim and appears wider than normal, it could be a broad strike error, which increases its value. Full drum lines on reverse coins with sharp and clear details in the drum lines on the back can be worth more because they indicate a strong strike. Now let's talk about the real money. How much are these coins actually worth today? The value of a 1990 quarter depends on its condition and whether it has any special errors. Here's a breakdown. Circulated condition. If you find a regular 1990 quarter in your pocket change, it's worth 25 cents to a few dollars, depending on wear and tear. Mint state. Uncirculated condition. If the coin is in excellent condition with no signs of wear, it can be worth $10 to $1.50 to MS67 or higher grade. Coins graded MS67 or MS68 by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC can fetch $500 to $2,000 at auction. Rare error coins. Depending on the type of error, values can range from $100 to over $5,000. Some error coins have even sold for $10,000 or more in high-profile auctions. Recent auction prices. In recent years, collectors have paid huge amounts for high-grade 1990 quarters. For example, AMS 67 graded 1990 quarter sold for $1,200 at auction. A rare double die error coin went $4.3, $500 at a perfect, flawless MS 68 example sold for nearly $10,000. Right now, the market for rare and high-grade 1990 quarters is still strong, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for high-quality examples. If you have a well-preserved 1990 quarter, it might be worth getting it professionally graded to determine its true value. So, how do you know if your 1990 quarter is worth big money? Here's what you should do. Check for errors. Look at the details carefully, especially for doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual features. Examine the condition. Coins with fewer scratches and strong details are worth more. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the fine details. Weigh the coin. A standard quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If your quarter is significantly lighter or heavier, it may be an error coin. Get it graded. If you think you have a valuable coin, send it to PCGS, NGC, or ANAX for professional grading. A higher grade can increase the value dramatically. The 1990 quarter is more than just a piece of pocket change. While most are only worth face value, rare high-grade examples and error coins can be worth thousands of dollars. If you love coin collecting or are just curious about the value of your change, always check your quarters. You never know when you might be holding a small fortune in your hands.